Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday morning. Happy Thursday morning. It's the day before Friday. It's Friday Eve. It's weekend, Friday Eve. How about that? Yeah, tomorrow is a holiday. It is Independence Day celebration. My Independence Day was 2 Fridays ago. Nevertheless, here we are. Let's get with it on this morning. It's time for Morning Manna. Good morning, fam. How you doing? Manna fam, all in the house on this morning. And Manna fam, this is what I need you to do on this morning before we get going good. You need to do the sharing right now. You need to do the watch parties right now because I got a great word for you on this morning. If it's your first time, second time, third time joining the Manna fam, Morning Manna fam, hey, welcome. We're glad to have you. Please let us know who you are, where you are, so we can shout you out. We get together about this time every weekday morning, about 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. We love to have you on the regular. So subscribe, follow, do whatever you need to do so you can get the notification. You know what? We've been dealing with relationships all week. We've been in Ecclesiastes, talking from Solomon's point of view, how he has dealt with relationships somewhat unsuccessfully, and we've learned from the mistakes that he has made. We're going to continue that conversation and manna devotion this morning. It's always the text, the talk, and the takeaway. That's what I do. What you do is share, subscribe, hearts, likes. That's what you do. That's what we come together to do together every morning. So here's the text this morning is Acts 11:23. While you're turning there, looking there, Acts 11:23. Who has your back? Who has your back? I mean, who has you through thick and thin? Who is the person that's there regardless of what goes on? Who has your back? Now, typically I jump right into an inspirational word, but this morning it's going to be instructional. It's going to be instructional as well as informational, not just inspirational. So you're going to have to do some stuff this morning. I want you to put in the comments right now. Got to have a little dialogue. Put in the comments right now. Who has had your back down through the years? Come on, put that in there. I'm going to take a minute. Who has had your back down through the years? Let me put my glasses on so I can read it off here. Who's had your back down through the years? Come on, type it in. I need to see it. Has it been your mom? Has it been your dad? Has it been a teacher? Has it been a friend? Who's had your back down through the years? Who has encouraged you? While you are typing that in, I want to tell you, here's the text. The text is Acts 11:23. Acts 11:23. Barnabas encouraged them all to remain true to the Lord with all their hearts. Barnabas encouraged them all to remain true to the Lord with all their hearts. That's the text. Let me see who's encouraged you down through the years. Corliss said teachers. Sean said my dad. Sharon Hardy says my mom. Okay, somebody else. Lisa, who's encouraged you down through the years? Good morning. Brenda, who's encouraged you down through the years? Your husband, your cousin. Lulu, who's encouraged you down through the years? Come on, talk to me this morning. It's always me. I'm always the one giving y'all the information. Then I want to hear from you all this morning. Okay, Corliss, my son, my daughter-in-law, Arlene is watching. Who's encouraged you down through the years? I always give y'all the information and everything. Says my bishop. Go ahead on, Pastor Richard, who has encouraged me down through the years. Your wife, your children. Great. Who else is Deidre? Says my mom, my dad, my sister, my cousin, my aunt. Well, my God, everybody in the fam encourage you down through the years. Sister Mary, hey, we're praying for you, family and friends and spiritual colleagues there. Keisha, my mom. Corliss, me. Okay, thank you. Lulu, my dad. Who else? Shantae, my sisters. Yep, I know that whole fam. Y'all got it going on. I'm singing sisters there. Scotty is watching. Keisha says my sister. Who else? I'm going to take a couple more, then I'm going to get into it. I told you this morning, it's not just about me giving you inspiration this morning. It's instructional this morning. And so we're talking about who's had your back. Who's had your back down through the years? You know, write it down, put it down on a piece of paper. Who's had your back down through the years? Now, the text is Acts 11:23. Acts 11:23. Barnabas encouraged them all to remain true to the Lord with all their hearts. Barnabas had their backs, and he was encouraging them. Over 59 times in Scripture, we hear one anothering. We hear one anothering. Pray for one another, love one another, speak to one another, care for one another. Over 59 times, more than that, do we have, depending on the translation, one anothering. That is because we have been created to be social beings. We need somebody to have our back. Now, ants, they work together, and they do it instinctively. It's not that they think about it. They do it instinctively. Bees, they work together. They do it instinctively. Guess what? Have you ever seen snakes work together? Have you ever seen snakes hang out with each other? Have you ever seen snakes just saying, you know what? We just got to hang out with one another. No, snakes are always by themselves. You better remember that. That's revelation right now. Snakes are always by themselves. Always up to something. When you are looking around for somebody to have your back, pay attention to who else they're with. Check this out. There's 3 people that you need to know and have in your life because you need somebody to have your back. Not only do you need to have somebody in your back, you need to watch somebody else's back. Okay? Here are the 3 people that you need. 1, you need a Paul in your life. You need somebody that you look up to. You need a Paul in your life. You need a Paul in your life because Paul was extremely intelligent, anointed, revelation. And he had it so much so that people had to look up to Paul. You need a Paul in your life. Here's the second person that you need to have in your life, to have in your corner. You need a Peter. Paul you look up to, Peter you lift up to. Peter, you know, Peter had some struggles. And Peter was, he pulled out the sword, he do what he needed to do. But Peter had struggles. And the fact remains is that Peter needed the other 11 to lift him up to where he needed to be. You need a Paul in your life. You need a Peter in your life. Here's the third person that you need in your life. You need a Barnabas to come alongside of you, And that's what we open up with. Who's that person that comes alongside of you? But you can't be so selfish that you take a person that comes alongside of you that you don't have somebody that you can lift up or look up to. Because you don't want to be the takeaway this morning. Here's the takeaway. The takeaway is this. You can be great, but you can't be great by yourself. Jonah had great potential, but he ran away from his greatness because he did not want to be dealing with other people. Over 250,000 people came to know the Lord on the word that God gave him. But he did not want to be bothered with other people. Iron sharpens irons as one friend or one person sharpens another. You're going to be great, but you need to know that you got to have somebody else's back, just like they have your back. The Lord be with you today. May his face shine upon you and give you peace. Hey, share the manna. I got more for you tomorrow morning with more morning manna. God bless you. Bye now.